Welcome to the course summary. Chapter 1, License Law and Regulations. 6th edition pages 9 to 41. 7th edition pages 1 to 33. Introduction to Laws and License Regulations.
The New York Department of State, Division of Licensing Services is the state regulatory agency that oversees and administers the licensure process. Most of the law pertaining to salespersons and brokers is contained in Article 12A of the Real Property Law. The purpose of license law is to protect the public from fraud, dishonesty, incompetency, and untrustworthiness of real estate practitioners.
Categories and responsibilities of licensure.
In New York, 3 categories of licensure exist: real estate broker, associate broker, and salesperson. A real estate broker is any person, partnership, association, or corporation who, for someone else, and for compensation, negotiates any form of real estate transaction. Real estate brokers supervise and are responsible for the activities of associate brokers and salespersons in their employ. An associate real estate broker is a licensed real estate broker who performs like a broker, but chooses to work under the name and supervision of a licensed broker, who is his or her sponsor. A real estate salesperson can do real estate only when associated with, and supervised by a sponsoring broker. They must be sponsored by the broker at the time of application, and when they receive their license.
General requirements.
Article 12A of the Real Estate License Law states that applicants must be able to speak the English language. Citizenship requirement. Applicants for the broker license can be U.S. citizens or lawfully admitted permanent residents with a green card. Salespersons may fall into one of 4 categories: citizen, permanent resident, work authorization card obtained from the U.S. Immigration and Citizenship Services, work permit obtained by individuals who are sponsored by their employers. Individuals convicted of a felony in New York or another state must have an executive pardon, or a certificate of good conduct, or a certificate of relief from disabilities, to be eligible for licensure. A felony is any serious crime above a misdemeanor. Age requirement. A broker applicant must be at least 20 years old. A salesperson applicant, at least 18 years old.
Education requirements.
To obtain a salesperson's license, you must successfully complete a New York-approved 77-hour qualifying course and school exam and pass the New York State licensing exam. Obtain broker sponsorship. And have current New York State photo driver's license, or non-driver ID card, or other government-issued photo ID. To obtain a broker license, one must be at least 20 years of age. Must demonstrate 2 years' experience as a salesperson, or 3 years equivalent real estate experience, or a combination of the two. An associate broker must obtain broker sponsorship.
The New York Licensure Examination.
Applicants should bring 2 number 2 pencils, a silent basic 4-function calculator, and a government-issued photo ID, either or a driver's license, state-issued ID, military ID, U.S. passport, etc. There are 75 multiple-choice questions on the New York State Salesperson's Exam. Applicants are given 1.5 hours to complete the exam. The passing grade is 70%.
Continuing education requirements.
Licensees must successfully complete 22.5 hours of approved continuing education every 2 years upon license renewal.
New continuing education requirements.
Attorneys are exempt from taking real estate continuing education.
Duties that require licensure include
listing or offering to list real estate for sale, selling or offering to sell real estate, purchasing or offering to purchase real estate, negotiating the exchange of real estate, leasing, renting, or offering to rent real estate, negotiating or attempting to negotiate a commercial loan. Selling or purchasing real estate at an auction. Selling condominium or cooperative property. Negotiating the sale or exchange of vacant lots or parcels of land. Negotiating or attempting to negotiate a commercial loan. Arranging for a fee, the relocation of commercial or residential tenants from buildings that are to be rehabbed or remodeled. Property owners are free to engage in real estate transactions on their own behalf without a license.
Exemptions to licensure.
Attorneys may not represent individuals both as their attorney and as their broker in the same transaction because doing so is a conflict of interest. New York State attorneys are exempt from real estate licensure. Attorneys may act as brokers without obtaining a broker license and may collect commissions. However, the attorney must obtain a license if they employ salesperson to work under their supervision. Public officers, while performing official duties. An example of this would be a New York City Section 7A administrator, either or a receiver, who is appointed by the city to take over properties seized by the city. Persons acting under the judgment or order of court do not need a real estate license. These persons might include trustees in a bankruptcy, guardians, administrators, or executors. Tenants associations and nonprofit corporations are exempt from licensure. These agencies must be authorized by the state or city. Building superintendents or maintenance workers who perform tasks such as rent collection for one owner or company do not require licensure. This concludes Part 1 of the License Law and Regulations Summary. To test your knowledge of what you've learned in this summary, please wait a few seconds. A brief quiz will follow.